Dear students, so far we have studied circular motion in horizontal plane and its few application. Now we are going to study the circular motion in vertical plane, that is vertical circular motion, article 1.4. Now in circular motion in vertical plane there are two cases. First one is the vertical circular motion in which the particle moves with a constant speed. Its example is merry-go-round, in which the speed remains constant. And the second one is the vertical circular motion under the effect of gravity. So in this case, the speed of the particle performing circular motion in vertical plane goes on changing. Speed does not remain constant. Also in this case, there is a conservation of energy, that is kinetic energy is converted into potential energy and potential energy is converted into kinetic energy. Now we have to study the first case, that is the mass tied to a string. Note down here we have to study the vertical circular motion under gravity. That means speed number 1, speed goes on changing, and number 2, there is a conversion of Ke into P and vice versa. Now case 1, mass tied to a string. So in this case, the mass is tied to the one end of a string, and for circular motion in vertical plane, there should be tension in the string. Always. The tension in the string should not be zero at any position. So here we have to find the expression for velocity at different position. Now see here, this is a figure. Now in this figure, here A is the top position, here B is the bottom position, here B is the bottom position, C is the, here in this figure, the C is the midway position. V1, V2 and V3, these are the velocities of the particle at point A, B and C respectively. T1 and T2 are the tension in the string when object is at A, here at top, and when the object is at position B, that is at lowermost position. Then here weight mg is the weight of the object which is tied at the end of a massless inextensible string here. Now we have to find the expression for the speed at different positions. Now let us consider a mass m which is tied to the end of a massless inextensible string, and here massless inextensible string, and it is whirled, which means it is revolved in a vertical circle of radius r as shown in this figure. Here this mass is attached to the one end of the string. The length of the string is r and it is revolved in anti-clockwise direction. It is revolved in anti-clockwise direction. And here this OB or OA or OC is the radius of this circle, that is also equal to length of the string. Now let V1 be the velocity of the particle performing circular motion at highest position A. Now the forces acting on the object at the highest position A are here. Number 1, the weight of the object mg in the downward direction, and the tension T1 which is away from the object. Tension is always taken away from the object. So these are the two forces. Now these two forces in combination together, they provide the necessary centripetal force. Here the centripetal force acting on the object A is provided by the weight and the tension together. Therefore we can write T1 plus mg equal to centripetal force m v1 square upon r. So this is the expression for the centripetal force. Now we can write therefore T1 is equal to, taking mg on the right hand side, therefore we get T1 is equal to m v1 square upon r plus r minus mg, call as equation number 1. Similarly at the lowest position, here at the lowest position B1, the forces acting on the object are number 1, weight mg in the downward direction and tension T2 in vertically upward direction. So resultant of these two, that is T2 minus mg, that provide the necessary centripetal force at position B. Therefore here we can write here T2 minus mg is equal to necessary centrifugal force, and therefore T2 is equal to minus, here will become positive. This is the second equation. So here now we have to find the velocity at different position, that is at top position, then at the bottom position, and at the midway position. So first of all we will study the linear velocity of the object at the highest position A here. Now there is a certain minimum velocity of the object at A, below which the stream becomes slack, म्हणजे loose, tension will become 0. So in that case T1 will be equal to 0. So from equation 1, there is equation number 1 here. From equation, when tension becomes 0, then the equation becomes mv1 square upon r, minus is taken on this side, that is equal to mg. So here this is the equation. This equation is obtained by putting T1 equal to 0 in equation 1, and therefore mm get cancelled on both the sides. Therefore we get v1 square equal to rg. Taking square root of both the sides, we get v1 is equal to square root of rg. So this is the minimum, or this is the lowest velocity at the highest point. Here equation 3 gives the required minimum velocity at the highest point, so that the string does not become 0. If the velocity of object is less than this, that is v1 is equal to square root of rg, then the string will become slack. String will become slack, it will become loose, and particle will not complete the circular motion. Now we have to find the linear velocity at the lowest point B here. Now when the particle moves from highest position A to the B, then its potential decreases by amount mg h. What is h? What is the change in height? What is the decrease in height? This is r plus this is r, that is twice mgr. Therefore the loss in potential energy is here mgr minus mgr, minus plus, that is mgr plus mgr, that is twice mgr, equation number 4. Now by law of conservation of energy, this potential energy gets converted into the kinetic energy. Now what is the change in kinetic energy? Final kinetic energy minus initial kinetic energy. What is final kinetic energy at position B? 1/2 mv2 square, where v2 is the speed at position B, and the initial kinetic energy at position A is here 1/2 mv1 square. So by law of conservation of energy, the loss in potential energy is equal to gain in kinetic energy. So using law of conservation of energy, we get loss in potential energy equal to gain in kinetic energy here. Now substitute the value of here v1 square, v1 is equal to square root of gr from equation 3. We get twice mgr is equal to, this term is as it is, plus 1/2 m and square of this v1, that is square root of gr square. Now here multiplying both the side by 2, here 2 into 2 4 mgr. Here if you multiply by 2, then 2 get cancelled. What remains? mv2 square minus, here 2 get cancelled, m into gr. Now this minus term mgr is taken on the right hand side. Here taking cancelling m in each term, प्रत्येक टर्म मधून आपण काय करू, m कॅन्सल करू, and taking this minus gr on the left hand side, we get v2 square equal to this 4gr plus this gr, that will become 5gr. Now taking the square root of both the sides, we get v2 equal to square root of 5gr. So this is the speed required at the lowest point, so that the particle complete a circle. If the speed is less than this square root of 5gr, then particle will not complete the circular motion. So this is the minimum speed here required. Now Next, that is we have to find the linear velocity at midpoint, that midway position C. Here, this is the midway position, or when the stream becomes horizontal, we have to find the velocity. Again, applying the same, that is law of conservation of energy, that is total energy at B, lowest position, equal to total energy at point C by law of conservation of energy. Now, the total energy at point B is kinetic energy at B plus potential energy at point B. Similarly, the total energy at point C is the kinetic energy of the particle at point C plus potential energy. Now, kinetic energy at point B is 1/2 mv2 square. Now, this is the lowest position. Here, height h equal to 0, and therefore potential energy is also 0. Kinetic energy at point C is 1/2 mv3 square. What is V3? V3 is the speed of the particle at point C, plus potential energy is mgh. What is h? When the particle moves from B to C, increase in the height is equal to radius of the circle. So take h equal to r. So this is the equation obtained by law of conservation of energy. Now here, cancelling m from each term, number 1, and number 2, multiplying both the side by 2. If you multiply here by 2, 2 get cancelled, m is also cancelled. What remains? V2 square. Here V3 square, and here multiplying by 2, we get 2gr. And therefore V3 square is equal to, here this my plus term will become negative on this side, so we get V3 square is equal to V2 square minus 2gr. Now, substituting the value of V2 square, that is, what is V2 square? The value of the V2 square from the equation 6 here is 5gr. So put V2 square equal to 5gr. So what we get? 5gr minus 2gr, that is 3gr. Therefore we get V3 square is equal to 3gr, and therefore V3 equal to square root of 3gr. So this is the velocity of the particle at the midway position, or when the string becomes horizontal. So these are the expressions for the velocities at different positions.